ஒரே ஒரு 5 லிட்டர் இதய மந்த்ரா கடல் எண்ணெய் பேக் ஒரு மாசம் முழுசுக்கும் அத்தனை சமையல முடிச்சு விடலாம். இதய மந்த்ரா.
We have Kashi. Kashi was ruled by Kashi Naresh. There was a king of Kashi, but Kashi Naresh could not claim the ownership of Kashi because it belonged to the whole Bharat. Rameshwaram, there was Setupati, king of Ramnath. Ramnath king could not claim that Rameshwaram was his. He was only a caretaker. His responsibility was to see that all the pilgrims coming from all over Bharat, they were looked after well. It belonged to the whole Bharat. Similarly, other institutions, whether it is Puri, whether it is Badri, whether it is Somanath, which is Dwarika, every part of this country, we have large number of institutions, whether they are Jyotirlingam, they are Shakti Peeth, or they are Vaishnavite institutions. They belong to whole Bharat. Imagine, we just saw a few months back, over 66 crore people, they reached Prayagraj. Over 66 crore. We are such a large country. For us, large number doesn't matter much. We are used to it. But imagine, almost double the population of United States of America. They all came. Nobody invited any of them. They all went there as a matter of right, that this was the place, their place, and they had a right and they had an obligation or a duty to go and take a dip in the holy river. This is Bharat. And when my friend was talking about the Goa, its integration, a political integration into India, it took a long time. But Bharat, Goa as a part of Bharat Rashtra has been there for thousands of years, not just for 50, 60, 70 years. Let us be proud of Bharat as a Rashtra. This has gone through severe crisis. We heard about Inquisition in Goa. What kind of atrocities were committed by the people, by the Portuguese. And persecution continues for centuries. This story needs to be remembered and told. Persecution happened all over the country in varying degrees. Foreigners, when they came, they tried to destroy our identity. The institutions that nourished, which were the watering holes of our culture, they tried to destroy them. They forced the people to change their faith, they changed their identity. All kinds of atrocities have happened. Bharat as a civilization and Bharat as a land of Sanatan Dharma, it teaches us not to have ill will against anyone, because it doesn't discriminate anyone. You have your faith, you have your own, whichever way you like, but we are all members of one family. And that's the reason Bharat is the only country, and we say it proudly. We say it proudly that Bharat is the only country where people of all faith, they live here and live happily. When they were persecuted in their own land, they came to Bharat and they found a hospitable home, hospitable people. Because we do believe Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, we are all members of one family. There is no notion of exclusivism. There is no separation. we are just us. There is no they in it. We are all us. Now this beautiful characteristic of Bharat, with so much of diversity, it has to be and it must be celebrated. We must be aware of its richness. And this celebration of this Statehood Day is the beginning of celebration of the richness of Bharat, the richness of her diversity. We know the Goa, known for cuisine, we all know that. Beautiful beaches, hospitable people, all that you can think, goodness in human nature you find in people of Goa. It has to be celebrated. Similarly, Sikkim, nestled in Himalayas, a beautiful land. A small population, but again, it's so diverse. In this, though it is nestled in Himalayas, it is rich in diversity. Its different region has different flavor. As a representative from Sikkim spoke about the snow-capped mountain. Yes, you have glaciers, you have rivers, varieties, north, east, west, south, different parts of Sikkim, vibrant in its institutions, monasteries. Those monasteries which had such a great relations with the land where Lord Buddha, Bhagavan Buddha got his enlightenment, Bodh Gaya. It's a beautiful land. And again, its cuisine is fantastic. It's just mind-boggling. And while we all know about these places, they are now, Goa is of course much talked about. Sikkim also, people they talk and people have been visiting. But I do believe that more and more people should visit to this beautiful land. And today, thanks to our Prime Minister, it is connected even by air. So we have good connectivity. You drive, enjoy, take the break. People go to European destinations for vacations. When it comes summer, you go to Sikkim, you will forget any European destination. It is much better and much more beautiful than that. Come winter, go to Goa. Goa, of course, around the year. But, of course, the winter, it has its own charm. No, you can forget the beaches of French Riviera when you go to the beach of Goa. And, above all, the people are so hospitable. So, essentially, these festivals that we celebrate, and we have begun celebrating for the last couple of years, it is essentially to create awareness among our people wherever they are, that our country is great, our country is rich in diversity, and let us celebrate it. I thank the SSGS, people, those who are here in Chennai. It's more than 100 years, 113 years. You have kept the flag flying. You have kept your rich culture intact, while in the true Sanatan tradition, melting and mixing with the local language, local culture. You have become one with Tamil Nadu, whether it comes to speaking language or relishing their cuisine, in every field. At the same time, you have retained your cultural identity. This is something that is one needs to cherish, one needs to celebrate. And this is how it should be. That this country, wherever you are, the whole country is our home. Whichever part of the country you go. The fact that Goa, it took so many years for Goa liberation, even after India became independence, it remains a nagging thought with us. Why did it take such a long time? Well, we are not going into the causes of it, but something, it doesn't leave us a very pleasant thought. Goa should have become an independent on the day Bharat became independent, and Bharat was capable of it. It is not the question of this. A tiny foreign power was keeping it under its control. When Bharat could drive out the British, there was no reason they couldn't have driven out the Portuguese. But somehow, we have the leftover problem of Kashmir. It was unnecessary problem. Jammu and Kashmir had become part of Bharat by all means. Why did we allow the part of it? Why did we allow Pakistan to get into it? Why did we allow Pakistan to take a part of it and keep holding it and suppressing the people of Pak-occupied Kashmir? Why did we do that? We were strong. Our military has always been strong against the enemies. Wherever there has been occasion, our military has risen to the occasion and made the country proud. But we withheld the military. And withheld the military, one would not like to go into the detail of it because it opens up a lot of unsavory chapters of history. Because one of the misfortune of Bharat was that even after independence, the head of the state and the commander-in-chief of our armed forces remained a Britisher. It is a shame that we will all continue to live with. And it was that British Governor General who didn't allow Indian Army to move to Jammu and Kashmir to prevent its occupation. Until Maharaja Hari Singh signed the instrument of annexation. There was no need to wait for instrument of annexation. Pakistan had invaded Jammu and Kashmir. They were trying to capture it by arm. But then there was a British conspiracy. They wanted to take over it. And it was for a geopolitical reason. But we didn't see it. And since the head of the Indian state was a British, commander-in-chief of Indian military was a British, we couldn't do it. And perhaps that very thought which allowed these people to have the British as the head, similar thought could have prevented even liberation of Goa for the next about almost 15 years. Eventually, it had to happen, and it happened. Let us remember the past, let us celebrate the present, and let us move forward to our destination. And our destination is 2047, a self-reliant, Atmanirbhar Bharat, a truly big city. Recently, we saw there has been a paradigm shift. When Pakistan committed a heinous act of terrorism in Kashmir, they were taught a lesson, a very, very befitting lesson, when their 9 locations of terrorist infrastructure were destroyed by our armed forces. And when they tried to be adventurous, they again got the taste of it. They got it, and I think they will continue licking the wounds for quite some time. One is not sure whether they have learned the lesson. Perhaps we should presume they would not be learning the lesson, because Pakistan exists only to create problem for India. They have no other ambition in life, national life. We know their economy, in what shape it is. We know how internally it is imploding. Sindh, Balochistan. Sindh is moving away. Balochistan is fighting. All the northwest frontier province, they are fighting for separation. It is imploding from within. Economy is in dire stress. They don't have the foreign exchange even for a couple of weeks to hold on. But they somehow keep themselves going because we know that the whole world knows that Pakistan is an artificial country owned by a military. And that is what we need to be conscious of, the fact that this is how it is, and so we have to be alert. Our armed forces are alert, our people are alert. On this grand success of Operation Sindoor, we all once again extend our salutations to our armed forces. And our great scientists, those who made those equipments, engineers, scientists, researchers, those who gave that precision, weapons of offense and defense, both, all together, they all deserve congratulations and a big applause. So on this happy note, let us celebrate the beautiful culture of these two estates. I believe we have a cultural program which will commence soon after. Thank you very much. Once again, Jai Bharat.